Yo, what's good? The mods are controlling Mr. X, huh? Interesting. That's hilarious. So, yep, I'm here. So I don't have another phone on Mike Lowry. What's good, brother? What's good, Brian? Um, yeah, it's gonna be a fairly quick stream. I'm freaking swamped at work, but I do want to get some levels out there. So let's jump on over. All right, let me share my screen. All right, we should be able to see that now. That's crazy. I wonder why he was only 12 minutes. All right, so I haven't figured out how to make this smaller yet, me. But you like that background? Sweet. All right. Yo, Doom, what's good, brother? What is good? All right, I'm gonna jump over here to the chart. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna pull up. Actually, I'm gonna pull up the stream just so I see it's looking good. Okay, it is looking good. Nice. All right, so down in here, down in here is where I went long. I went long at like 81.6 or whatever it is. And I did that for a simple reason. On the lower time frames, we started to break structure right in here. Well, yeah, lower time frame, we started to break previous highs. So I jumped in right here on this retest. If you look down on the 6 minute, we jumped up here, jumped above this high, and that's when I entered. Now, yesterday I drew these lines in here because I was looking for this to hold as support to not turn around and start making lower lows. Or, yeah, lower lows. It looks like we're doing that. I deleted the lines last night, so, but every retrace we come back to one of my lines. It was absolutely crazy. Let me pull the chat up just so I can see it. Oh man, what's good, brother? All right, so I did close some of my long last night. So on the lower time frame, we are starting to make lower lows here. Not a great look, but this morning I was looking and we do have an imbalance right here. Now I thought we would come down and hold this. It doesn't look like that's happening. If we go back to the hourly, we are still in an uptrend though. We're in a micro uptrend, macro downtrend. We need to break this line here. This is my line in the sand, I guess you could call it. Let me jump to a 4 hour so you see it better. All right. So this was the first lower high that I wanted to get above. We did that. We're now coming back to retest that. We want to hold this line. If we lose this line here at 84,500, like we are now, we want to quickly come down and come back up. If we start closing below this, we're going back down. I thought for sure we would at least come up and test 88.5. It doesn't look like that's happening. Yeah, price is red right now. Bozo, what's good, man? Smash the likes, y'all. Hopefully you don't mind the shades. So yeah, we want to get above this line and start breaking these lower highs here to confirm a break of structure. I long this dip here. So that's pretty much Bitcoin. We really need to hold up here. Let me jump down to 3 minute and see what the hell is going on here. Bozo, my man. Yup. Yeah, we're starting to make lower lows here. Not a great sign. I would. This is pretty much it. This is as low as I want to go. If we start getting lower than this and closing candles, yeah, this is trying to curve around this RSI here. We do have. Let's see. Let me jump up to the 4 hour and put this back on. Because yesterday, when I put this indicator on, there was massive liquidity setting up into here. It looks like we did wick up and probably take some of it. Let's see. Yeah, we took some of that liquidity. So last night I sent a picture in my trading Discord. All that liquidity sitting up there, and damned if we didn't come up and take it. So this whole shot here, I am going to pat myself on the back. I did call this. I had levels all in here due to the lower time frame, and we busted through every one. Now, the way this movement's been, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back and takes all this. Now, this is a pretty efficient move. Yeah, look to the 70s. I agree, which is right here. I still have my box of, it is a daily order block, I believe. Well, my order block's lower than that. So technically, we would highlight this and we would move this down into here. Okay, so your order block is going to be this candle right here. Let me zoom in a little more. So the order block is going to be this candle right here, which it is an order block because we did break structure after that. So technically, this would come up to here. This is a liquidity zone right here. Price is going to, it's going to act like a magnet. It's going to try to pull price to that. That's why I was hoping we'd hit it sooner so this uptrend stays an uptrend. So we already came back and filled all this imbalance. I mean, to the freaking dollar, damn near. Now we're looking at this imbalance. I personally want that to get filled. God, I got a whole 5 people in here. I appreciate all 5 of you. I gotta figure out something to make this a little more exciting. Whether I gotta act like a fool or whatnot, I don't know. Did the chat stop, or is that just on my phone? Hello, is anybody out there? So yeah, I've been right now. This is coming back to fill this imbalance here. So if we come down to technically on the higher time frame, the daily, we could come down to 84,000 and still stay in a healthy move. If you noticed over here when we had this imbalance, this next candle came down and filled everything, even to the body. No, you're good. Damn, you're both washing dishes. The hell's the odds of that? Oh, we'll get there. I think once people realize I know what I'm talking about, it'll come. And I'm getting better and better every day. I've been jamming shit in my brain. Every day I go home from work. Study, 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 study. Julie, how are you, love? No way. Three of you are washing dishes at the same time. That's crazy. I appreciate y'all stopping in. Smash the likes. I'm sure you already did. I'm trying to talk fast because I ain't got too much time. In the next coming months and weeks, I'm going to be freaking swamped. So, yeah, for Bitcoin, we're looking to push above this downtrend. I don't, I'm trying to get away from using lines and all that stuff, but we'll get there. As of right now, on this move, we came up and literally hit the 618, the golden pocket. So I expected some resistance there. Yeah, so that's pretty much Bitcoin. We're looking at, if we jump back down to this lower time frame and zoom out. Come on, you slow trackpad. I hate trackpads. We're getting a little bit of reaction here. We want to continue making higher lows. Higher low, higher low, higher low, if we can continue to do such. So last night I thought, or when was this morning? Yeah, no, last night I thought for sure we were going to break out of this channel I have here and come up and test that line, but we didn't. So is what it is. Like I said, Bitcoin, it's kind of weak right now. We are printing hidden bullish divergence right now on the 6 minute. We got higher highs and higher lows in the momentum and lower lows in price. So that is hidden bullish divergence. So we probably will hold this line, probably, maybe. So yeah, that's pretty much Bitcoin. We hit resistance here. We want to break. My bad. We want to break this high here. Well, first we want to break this high right here. We want to come up into this liquidity here. Bastard. And then we want to come up into this liquidity here. So I will draw another line there. Is there any coins you guys want to see real quick? So 6 minute, 6 minute Heikinashis look like poo. Strong momentum to the downside, it looks like. Yeah, these are strong momentums to the downside. Okay, with Heikin Ashi, you want to see, for a strong movement up, you don't want to see any wicks on the bottom side. So these are momentum candles to the top. These right here with no wicks to the top side are momentum candles to the downside. So right now we are in a strong micro downtrend for Bitcoin. But that's pretty much Bitcoin. We're just waiting to get back above 86.5. We get back above 86.5, we will work our way up. If not, we're probably going to head back down to 72, in my opinion. I'm already looking at Bitcoin. Here's a coin that a lot of people have been trading. Doom showed me this one last night. Fart coin. A lot of people are trading this. It's got pretty decent liquidity. And Doom, if you're still in your short, my God. Now this is a sweep. This is a sweep. So watch for this to possibly reverse soon and go up. Strong momentum to the downside. Well, damn. I wouldn't jump into a short right now on Fartcoin. If anything, keep an eye out for long. So you know what to do when it comes to Heikinashi. Wait for these momentums to start printing white or whatever color up candles you have. You'll probably end up seeing these indecisive candles. You'll see the indecisive candles, and then once you start seeing strong momentum to the upside, nah, it's not as bad as you think. Um, Personally, in my opinion, with this is 6 minute. Remind yourself of that. But with these double highs, this it just gives them a reason to come back up and take the liquidity above this, because I guarantee you there's liquidity up there. I don't know if this will show it or not. Not really. Maybe on the 1 hour. I can explain that. All right. So with Heikinashi, an indecisive candle is what you see here. So the market's not sure where to go from here. Then you see a strong push up with no wick on the bottom. You're not really going to trade off of the hourly chart. You're going to go more, closer down into your lower time frames. Desert, what's good, my man? How are you, brother? I appreciate you stopping in. I really do. Um, so yeah, with Heikinashi, an indecision candle is right here. Now, Heikinashi is totally different than a regular candle. Every Heikinashi candle starts out in the middle of the last candle of the body. So right here, it opened in the middle of this body. This one opened up in the middle of this body. This one opened up in the middle of this body. So you can kind of see a pattern there. I would not trade off of this at all. I would still look at my regular candles. I just flashed to this to get a momentum gauge. But actually, believe it or not, I thought these candles were a joke. But believe it or not, they tell a big story if you can't see over here. If you caught that move, it's a hell of a move. I know this says the 6 or the hourly, so that's a hell of a move. Yes, Heikinashi shows momentum. And basically that's it. The excuse me. The open and closes have nothing to do with none of this, like a regular candle. So right now, the market's probably going to come down a little more on Fartcoin. Sounds weird to say. Any other charts? Part of the mafia against him. Nice. Is Karen in here? Look at this now. Fartcoin right now. So this is telling me what? Yes. Yes, an indecision candle has a wick on top and a wick on bottom. Yes. Yep. So right now it's strong momentum to the downside on Farcoin. Little bit a little bit of indecision, but if I jump back over to regular, oh, never mind, I'm on regular candles now. Sorry. I knew it was going to come down here earlier because of this imbalance. We have another imbalance down here on Farcoin. Radium. Hey Karen, how are you, love? I can pull up radium. I don't have a chart saved, but radium. All right. Jump into this chart. Yeah. All right. This is Ray USD. Like I said, Bitcoin's taking a little move to the downside, so everything's going to move down with it. Radium has a lot of imbalance to the bottom side. So, in order to look for a long here, I'd want to see this come down, take that liquidity, hit this order block, and then back up from there. Whether like this was an imbalance, this was an imbalance. We came down, filled that, then it came down some more and almost filled that. So this is still an open imbalance. The fair value gap was tapped. Yeah, barely, but it was tapped. Thank you for stopping in, Desert. I appreciate you, bud. Carter, my man. No, I don't wear sunglasses. This is the first time I've wore sunglasses in probably 4 years. I just bought them. And I only bought them because the sun is bright today. So no, I don't. Yeah, radium taking a little dumpski. I would expect it to turn around roughly at the $1.62 to $1.64 range if we're going to stay with a uptrend. Now, I hate pit vipers. I think they're the ugliest glasses on this planet, personally. I will never wear a pair of pit vipers. Now you're talking, Carter. You know, I keep beating myself up like, oh man, nobody's watching me and this and that, but I guarantee I'm gonna win some people over. And the reason that is because I'm studying hard and learning a whole shit ton. So I've probably learned more in the past week than I did in the past 3 months. Didn't get a notification. That sucks. You got the bell rang? So yeah, I'd look for radium to come down in this zone here. Small little order block down here. Down into here somewhere. Future crypto lifer. Yeah, on the exception of jumping down to these lower time frames and drawing patterns. I'm getting away from that stuff. You know, you can find patterns, but I'm teaching myself to trade the liquidity. And with learning how to trade liquidity, you're also, so when you're trading an indicator or a line or some type of pattern breakout, you're not learning how the market moves. With liquidity training and learning how to spot fair value gaps and imbalances and all that stuff, you're learning how the market moves. Now, there was something else I wanted to show you, so it's going to go. Give me 1 sec. I want to look up. All right. All right, I'm going to switch to this screen. Sorry, I got some sirens in the background. Damn, I feel like I'm back by my house in the city. All right, so this is CoinGlass. Let me go do something real quick. Let me get me off.
Digital dream, stacking coins in the blockchain, living supreme. From the wallet to the moon, he's got the key, mining life in the code, wild and free. He's got a hash in his heart, a ledger in his soul, decentralized vibes, he's taking control. No banks, no suits, just a P2P flow. Blocky Crypto's the name, now watch him grow. Oh, Blocky Crypto, king of insane, rising through the numbers, breaking the game. Tokens in his pocket, freedom in his sight.
Oh.
Blocky Crypto's the name, now watch him grow.
What'd you think? Brian had somebody make that for. Oh, was it Black Hat that made that? Yeah. And then Brian gave me that. Yes, Black Hat made it for me. Pretty cool song. You know, I have some different layouts as well. I did forget to tell you guys real quick. I just got to make that disclaimer. I also have this one. I also have so I'm pretty much done on the charts. Bitcoin's dumping out. Watch for the lows that we made. I have this one too that I want to use at some point. Whether or not I do. Yeah, I've been adding a few things in here, so I was muted? Or was it the music that was over it? I didn't mute myself. I'm definitely not muted. Huh. I don't know what the hell that was about. Sorry. I got it says I have 13 people watching. I don't know how. I am live on X as well. Huh. I don't know why. Am I good now? Yeah, I was probably reading the chat. I keep looking over here at my chat phone. Nice. Yeah, so that's pretty much Bitcoin. We want to hold this low here on the 6-minute time frame. If not, more down action. We want to hold, well, we want to actually close above where we are now. We don't really want to go much lower, but it looks like it's possible. Like I said, I think 72K is going to be in play. We may sweep. So jumping out to a higher time frame on the daily. You can see what we're doing here. Filling all this imbalance here. So we may sweep this low here. I don't really want to go much lower than that. And that's at 66K. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yep. So that's the levels above. The below levels is obviously sweeping $76,000. You know, we first have to go below 81.5. We'll see what happens then. I did post a video this morning about Pi Network. Man, we're dumping hard. But if you notice, we are printing inefficiencies. We are printing imbalances. So when we come down, wherever we stop, we probably will come back up to at least 85K. Well, I just did. My case for 72K is right there. This daily order block down here. Most imbalances we come back and fill. So that's my case for 72. 72 would also be a test of this weekly uptrend right here. So weekly uptrend, weekly, daily, and several other time frame order block. A lot of liquidity sitting here. Actually, a lot of liquidity sitting down here. This is another imbalance that we didn't fill. Down at 45. But do we see that? I don't think so, but technically we could come down into here in the 50s and still be in an uptrend as long as we don't close below 54K. 11 watchers on X. Thank you, X watchers. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate all my viewers, even if it's only 15 viewers. It says total 16. If y'all can hit the like button, I greatly appreciate it. I don't consider myself a pro chartist, but I will get there 100%. I study every day. Yeah, 72 is a good bit of liquidity down here. For sure. It's also a retest of back in March 24, the highs there. It would also be a retest of that. And it would also be, actually, I like to pull it from here, from the impulse. You know what? Never mind. We did make a higher. So if we pull it from this low, look at that. It's also a golden pocket retest. Thank you, Poe. I appreciate you. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. I need to get a green screen. So I do have the paint to make me a green screen. So I'm probably going to work on a little studio in my basement away from the dogs. I could just go downstairs, be in the studio, and do what I need to from there. So yeah, JC 72 is good liquidity, order block, 618 retracement, golden pocket. There's so much confluence down here. It's almost impossible we don't hit it, but it is possible we don't. 45 is game over. Yeah, you're right. If we get to 45 and start making a lower low here on the weekly, that's ugly. That's real ugly. I don't see that happening, but anything could happen. Now, I also posted a short that you notice. So back here, if you take a bars replay and take it from, say, here to this high, and this is a bars replay, and you bring that over here, it's almost freaking. This is another reason why I feel like we're going to 72. Look at this. Look at that. Not say, patterns rhyme. They don't, they don't do the same exact thing every time. But that right there is kind of like exactly what we're doing right now. So yeah, a test of this, I think is going to happen. Just my opinion. Yeah, it is. Like the shit I've been finding, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Let me run down. You know what? This is probably worth looking at. This is the IBIT shares. We had a gap right here. We came down and filled that gap to the freaking dollar. Unreal. That's what imbalances and liquidity shows you. We'll take a look at DXY real quick, which I believe that, yeah, that's dumping just like Bitcoin. Normally, I mean, last cycle, you can almost, every time this dump, Bitcoin went up. And it's just not like that this cycle. That's another reason why I think this cycle is different. You got total one here. This is all weekly time. Total one just looks like Bitcoin. Let's jump down to daily. Yep, filled some of that imbalance. Still a little bit more down there on the total one chart or total chart. You ain't kidding. Like I said, I think the 4-year cycle is going to break eventually, and it could be this cycle. If it is, maybe we go into next year with a all-time high. Who knows? Who knows? So the total, you'll notice, did come back and retest this at 2.44 trillion. So maybe, yeah, it's so hard to tell. Like I said, we're still in a micro downtrend with a macro uptrend. So this is just a little bear trend inside of it. Yes, I agree. I totally agree. Peak came down and filled all the inefficiency. Peak should start working its way up soon. We do have bullish divergence on the daily on peak. Money flow starting to curve. I bet you there's some indecisive Heikenashis. Yup. A few. Not many. But in my opinion, this is a coin to buy. A lot of people say, how could you buy that? But this is the time to buy this. Yup, 3 days of inflows. I saw that. 3 straight days of inflows. And I got to get ready and roll. So hopefully I got out to you what I wanted to. I'm honestly thinking about dumping some of this and putting it in my trading account now that I'm learning these charts a little more. PT coin before it gets down too low. I did want to look at XRP real quick. XRP perpetuals. XRP is holding up really good. Now, as far as XRP is concerned, I don't really expect it to come back down. It's just too strong. I don't expect it to come back down and fill all these imbalances. Maybe if Bitcoin dumps to 72, maybe come down and take this one here at $1.62. But it doesn't have to happen. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I've done a damn 45 minutes already. I was only going to be on here for a half hour, but time flies. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. We'll see what happens on this real quick dump here. Zoom back in on the 6 minute. Yeah, like I said, we kind of want to hold this. RSI is It is starting to print some hidden bullish divergence on the 6-minute. Maybe that means we come up and retest this and more downside. But in my opinion, when we start moving up on the 6-minute, we're going to come up into here. That zone right there, 85K, 85.5. No, you're the man. I appreciate all you guys, for real. And I am going to stop sharing screen and jump on here real quick. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at. Yeah. So Bitcoin taking a little dump right now. Right now we're pretty much where I want to turn around. Yep. If we come back up in the 85, it probably will be more downside. Like I said, I think 72 is a strong magnet right now. So, but yeah, I appreciate y'all jumping in. If you could hit the likes, great. If you didn't like it, you don't have to hit it. I'm not that type of guy to force you to hit a like. It just helps out a little bit. So, thank you all for watching. And I probably will do a driving live today. So I will see you then at 2:15, roughly 2:20 for the ride home. And I appreciate you all for watching. Stick around for the ending credits. Thank you.